Zion Avery lines that one out in the deep right center field, and it will hit off the top of the wall and go over. Zion Avery unloads one to right center field.
Zion Avery deep out into left center field. Back at the wall. You forget that. That is way out of here.
Breaking ball lined out into left field for a base hit. Being sent is Ben Rushing. He's coming in to score. The throw will be cut off by the third baseman. And it's back-to-back RBI singles for the Copperheads.
Lines this one deep out into the outfield. Back at the wall. It is out of here. Grand slam, Sebastian Fabic.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fallgreen Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Max McLeary Field here in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads paying visit to the Cincinnati Steam, the rubber match between these two teams. It's the top in the South Division, the Cincinnati Steam against the fourth-place Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads at 15-13 on the season. And the Cincinnati Steam 18-11. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joey Medora. And Joey, a big game from Lucas Nasanta yesterday propelled the Copperheads to a big 15-4 victory in Game 2 of this three-game series.
Yeah, went 5 or 6, all of them singles, but anytime you pick up 5 hits in a ball game, obviously seeing the ball very well. Also picked up an RBI as he was on the base pass all day. It was really an offensive explosion for the Copperheads last night. 15 runs on 19 hits, including 2 long balls, one from Zion Avery to the grand slam, and Daniel Cruz hit a 2-run homer. So Copperheads showing out the bats here today. Look to keep that going in this one as we got Braxton Kelly on the mound tonight. Really excited to see him, as hasn't made a start yet this year, been in relief, but made a couple starts for the Bobcats in the spring. So it should be interesting to see what he does out here, how long he's able to go as getting his first start on the season with the Copperheads.
Yeah, first start for Braxton Kelly. He has 10 relief appearances so far in the season, but first start of the season. Copperheads 2.5 back on the Cincinnati Steam. We'll take a look at the Southern Division right now. Cincinnati Steam at 18-11. Licking County Settlers in second place, 16-12. Hamilton Joes 14-12, and then the Southern Ohio Copperheads at 15-13. There'll be an important game for the Copperheads to pick up here in Cincinnati. Should they have postseason aspirations, only 16 active on the roster. It's going to come down to the wire this season, come down to how long these arms between Braxton Kelly, Zach Iverson, and the rest of them can put up with. 88 degrees and sunny in Cincinnati. We'll be right back here at Max McLeary Field between the Cincinnati Steam and the Southern Ohio Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3555. 4-1.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
All right before first pitch here at Max McCleary Field in Cincinnati, Ohio, we will throw it to Joey Madure for the starting lineups.
Well, leading off out in center field, Lucas Nasanti coming off a 5-hit ball game last night. Batting second at second base, Reese Trahey. Third, the DH. Leader in batting average on the team, Sebastian Fabic. Cleanup behind the dish, Tanner Johnson. Fifth at first base, Tanner Glass. Sixth at shortstop, Phil Glasser. Seventh in right field, Ty Krittenberger. Eighth at third base, Daniel Cruz. And rounding out the order batting ninth is Jared Hurd out in left field. As for the Steam, it's Grant Richardson leading off in right field. Braden Runyon second at third base, Griffin Merritt. Third at first base, Cam Roundtree. Behind the dish, batting cleanup, Jake Silverstein. Fifth out in left field, Tyler Wardell. At short, batting sixth, Ben McCabe. Batting seventh at DH, Ethan Stringer. Batting eighth in center field, Eddie Rivero. Playing second, batting ninth, Cade Spikes on the mound for the Steam, and Braxton Kelly on the mound for the Copperheads.
Umpires for today's game, Joe Kimbrew behind the plate and Justin Penix out in the field. Copperheads on the season against the Cincinnati Steam, 3-2 on the year. They look to win the series and win today's series. 6 games against the Steam. They took 2 out of 3 the first time round at Bob Brent Stadium here in Cincinnati, tied at 1. Cincinnati Steam picked up game 1 by a 8-3 victory. And then the Southern Ohio Copperheads won yesterday's game 15-4. Zach Iverson, 4 wins on the season. He's just been tremendous. But on the mound for the Copperheads today, Braxton Kelly and Cade Spikes for the Cincinnati Steam, as it's time for Copperheads baseball. First pitch from Cade Spikes misses high and inside to Lucas Nasanti for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out here on the top of the first inning. For Lucas Nasanti, he has his batting average up above 340. It's 345 as a fastball misses bit high. 2 balls and no strikes.
He had a huge game yesterday, 5 hits and 6 at-bats. Obviously his first 5-hit game on the season, just a second by any Copperhead this year.
Well, the other one had to go home due to injury as the fastball catches the outside corner for a called strike, 2-1. Thomas Hazara went 5 for 5 against the Muskegon, or the Grand Lake Mariners, earlier on in the season. As a 2-1 pitch from Cade Spikes misses just high to Lucas Nasanti. 3 balls and 1 strike now to the Youngtown State product. Nasanti, 19 hits and 55 at-bats, 12 runs scored, 4 extra base hits, all for doubles as he takes his 6th walk of the season. 6 walks, 6 strikeouts. So Nasanti has seen the ball fairly decently as of late, and he's on first base with a leadoff walk here in today's game.
The Copperheads were able to be very patient in the ball game yesterday. Drew 6 walks on the starting pitcher in yesterday's ball game in 1 inning when they scored 9 runs in the top of the second. So starting off here, trying to jump on the steam early here again like they did last night.
So first walk allowed in the ball game by Cade Spikes. As now Reese Trahey comes to the plate. First pitch from Spikes to Trahey hits the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Trahey at the plate batting .264, 19 hits and 72 at-bats, 17 runs, 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles and a triple, 10 RBIs, 9 walks and 11 strikeouts, and 7 stolen bases for Reese Trahey. As a curveball misses away, evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. On the mound, Cade Spikes for the Cincinnati Steam. A 1-1 record with a 3.19 ERA. 7 games appeared in, just his second start of the season. As now a swing and a miss by Trahey. Spikes is ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he took something off that 1-1 pitch. Got Trey out in front of it. Now he's got to choke up with 2 away. Try to protect anything close now.
Runner on first base for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. It's the rubber match between the Steam and the Cheds. As the 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball and misses outside. Count is even at 2 apiece.
Yeah, that's what the Coppers have done really well here as of late. They don't chase the 2-strike pitchers' pitches. They're able to lay off, work deep in the counts, and get starting pitchers out of the ball game early. As just 1 2/3 for the Steam starting pitcher yesterday.
2-2 count. Spikes from the stretch. Looks down at the plate. A swing and a miss by Reese Trahey. First out of the game, and it's a strikeout. Trahey goes down swinging. And Sebastian Fabic coming up to the plate. But for Cade Spikes from Loveland, Ohio, 5'10", 184 pounds of North Greenville University. Has pitched 15 2/3 of an inning, 13 strikeouts, 5 walks, and has given up 14 hits, making 6 walks with a leadoff walk to Lucas Nasanti. He's on first with 1 out here in the top of the first inning, and Sebastian Fabic stands in the designated hitter of today's game. Fabic takes a first pitch curveball low and away for a ball. 1-0. Fabic, second best batting average in the league at .393, 44 hits and 112 at-bats, 23 runs, 14 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs, however, as the off-speed pitch misses low and away to Sebastian Fabic from Ohio University.
Yeah, you can't say enough about what Fabic has meant to this team this season. Just been the anchor in the middle of the order, always coming through with the big hits when they need it. And the longevity that he has shown this year.
Swing and a miss by Fabic. Puts a strike on the board, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Being able to just continue to hit. We're up into July now. He's still hitting up around 400.
Well, his average has kind of averaged out around 400 the entire season long. As a check back to Lucas Nasanti at first, he goes back sliding. But for Fabic, started out batting 500, had his average as high as 625 early on in the season against the Licking County Settlers. And then it since has dropped as a fastball is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But yeah, I mean, you mentioned, and then the person who's in leading, Will David for the Grand Lake Mariners, has 30 less at-bats than he does, and he's batting .459. Fabic, 112 at-bats on the year.
Really impressive what Fabic has been able to do here in the GLSCL. About .286 for the Steam last year, but a whopping .393 here in 2019 as a swing and a foul ball off towards the right side and out of play.
Yeah, you mentioned playing for his former team, as of course Sebastian from Cincinnati, Ohio. So he stayed local last year, but decided to stay over in Athens for the summer. And I'm sure Coach Dunphy's glad he did, because perhaps a team MVP so far this season.
Well, hands down, he is definitely top 3 as the pitch is swung on and fouled back to the netting. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defensive alignment for the Cincinnati Steam. Silverstein in left, Stringer in center, Richardson out in right. Runyon the third baseman, Wardwell at short, Eddie Rivero the second baseman, and Merritt at first. Cade Spikes on the mound and Cameron Roundtree behind the plate. Battery mates for the Cincinnati Steam today. 2-2 count to Sebastian Fabic and the pitch. A breaking ball that does not break, remains high. Counters run full to Sebastian Fabic. 3-2 with 1 out here on the top of the first inning. Lucas Nasanti with the leadoff walk. He's on first. Reese Trahey struck out, and now Sebastian Fabik at the plate. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and found straight back.
See, Nasanti wasn't on the move on that 3-2 pitch, but obviously Fabik handles the bat pretty well in there. See if they want to, with one out in the full count, try to send Nasanti. I mean, if you throw a bad pitch, it's ball 4. But if Fabik gets a pitch to hit, he usually doesn't miss it. So if you send Nasanti, a motion could pan out for you. We'll see if Coach Dunphy offers to do that.
As now the 3-2 pitch, another foul ball from Sebastian Fabik. Count remains full. But for Lucas Nasanti, 3 successful stolen bases in 6 attempts. 3 for 6, 500, easy math. On deck is Tanner Johnson. He waits for the Sebastian Fabik at bat to end. Full count to Fabik. 1 out for the first, no score as a payoff pitch. Another foul ball. 3 straight foul balls from Fabik with a full count, as he is working Cade Spikes here in this at-bat.
Yep, not letting anything get by him. Just standing in there, fouling off pitch after pitch. He gets one he likes. Try to do some damage.
3-2, the count remains. No shift in order. Infield straight away, as is the outfield. As a 3-2 pitch is swung on, line drive out into shallow center field, and taking on a hop is the center fielder Stringer. The throw to second base is not in time. It's a base hit for Sebastian Fabik. He continues to hit here in the GLSEL. And now there are runners on first and second base with only 1 out. Lucas Nasanti had a hold off as Stringer was coming in hard in center field. Took it on a hop and almost got Lucas Nasanti.
Almost did. Nasanti luckily able to pick up some there and get into second base, but wouldn't that bat there from Fabik, fouling off tons of pitches. Finally got one he liked and deposits it out into center field. Copperheads got something going now with 2 on and only 1 away.
Well, that average has crept back up to 400. Is now a hit by pitch. Tanner Johnson takes one right on the arm guard. Looks like it got him right on the left arm, bicep area, and it felt like a crack, so there had to be some kind of protection underneath the sleeve.
Yeah, just a front door breaking ball. It didn't break. It stayed inside and got him right up around the elbow guard, as you mentioned. No pain there for Johnson. Just slowly trots to first.
Bases are loaded with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. No score between the Cincinnati Steam and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Tanner Glass now at the plate. Glass shoots one foul down the right side and out of play. Lucas Nasanti on third. Reese Trahey, he struck out for the only out in the top of the first. Sebastian Fabik's on second with a single, and Tanner Johnson was hit by a pitch, and he stands on first. Corners are in for the Cincinnati Steam as a pitch missed low and away to Tanner Glass. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, for Tanner Glass out of Southern Wesleyan University, line drive over the glove of the shortstop Wardwell and into left center field. Coming in to score, rounding third and heading for home is Sebastian Fabik. The throw goes to second base. It's a 2-run single for Tanner Glass as the Southern Ohio Copperheads take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, nice job there from Glass, getting the job done with the bases loaded. As we saw the Copperheads squander some opportunities in that game 1 with the bases loaded, but able to come through these past 2 nights. Nice base hit there from Glass. Picks himself up a couple of RBIs and an early 2-0 lead.
2 runs here in the top of the first inning. Tanner Glass, a 2 RBI single. Into score was Nasanti and Sebastian Fabik. Runners at the corners here in the top of the first with only 1 out. And Phil Glasser at the plate. The pitch from Cade Spikes misses a bit outside. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the count to Phil Glasser. Now a fly ball out into deep left field, ranging back is Silverstein. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Tanner Johnson. He comes in to score as a throw goes towards the shortstop Wardwell. And now the Copperheads have put up 3 here in the top of the first inning. And the Cincinnati Steam have yet to come to the plate.
Nice job there from Glasser, just doing a job. You know, got to get that ball up and out into the outfield with that runner on third and less than 2 outs. He did just that, deep enough in the left field, didn't even draw a throw home. The throw came into second. The Copperheads picking up where they left off in the ball game last night.
2-game hitting streak for Ty Krittenberger. He's batting from the right side here today, making a start out in right field. 13 hits and 51 at-bats, batting .255. Has raised his average up above the Mendoza line. It was ranging in the 100, 190 on average. Got it above 205 June 30th against the Lima Locos, and then has continued to hit. 2 hits against the Scouts and 2 hits against the Steam on the 5th. As a fastball misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs and a runner on first for the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, Ty's coming along real nicely through the back half of this season. As we know, he's a good hitter. He's a hard worker, one player of the game in that ball game back on Friday.
As now he takes a pitch low and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. 3 straight balls from Ty Krittenberger. And from Cade Spikes, the pitcher for the Steam. 3-0 the count, runner on first. The pitch from Spikes hits the outside corner for a called strike, 3-1.
Yeah, it might have been the best pitch Spikes threw all inning. Fastball in the outside corner right at the knees of Krittenberger. Obviously not swinging on the 3-0 pitch anyway. But a good location. If Spikes keeps it there, it's going to be tough for Krittenberger.
3-1 count to Ty Krittenberger, attending Polk State when he leaves the Copperheads and enters into his fall season come August. 3-2 the count now. Foul ball back to the net. But Ty Krittenberger, 2 for 2 against the Scouts on the 3rd. Did not play July 4th, but played 2 days ago against the Steam on the 5th. Went 2 for 2 in that at-bat as well. Leads off today's game with a walk. So Ty Krittenberger is on first base. Second walk issued by the starter Cade Spikes. And now Daniel Cruz will stand in. For Daniel Cruz from Miami, Florida, and attends Marshall University, 5'10", 180 pounds. 21 hits in 7 bats, batting .269. Started the season red hot, batting average around .350, has since cooled off. But is still produced for the Copperheads, went 2 for 6 in yesterday's game, had 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a double and a home run. So Daniel Cruz will look to continue his success against the Cincinnati Steam. Runners on first and second base, 2 outs, top of the first, 3 runs in for the Copperheads, an early 3-0 lead against the Cincinnati Steam.
You know, it's good to see Cruz come out yesterday with a couple of extra base hits, including the homers. That ball was crushed to left field. He's been scuffling at the plate here over the last couple of weeks, but trying to turn it around here as we come down the stretch of the season.
Just under the fastball from Cade Spikes. Brings the count 0-1. But Daniel Cruz is a fiery player. Brings a spark to the Copperheads lineup. A lot of people rally behind him on the Copperheads roster. The 0-1 pitch from Cade Spikes, a breaking ball behind the back of Daniel Cruz. It bends around. Cruz bends down to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, you mentioned him being fiery. Cruz just loves playing the game. You know, when interviewed him when he won Player of the Game, he talked about he's been playing ever since he was a little kid down in Cuba. Obviously lives in Miami, Florida, now goes to Marshall, but just keeping that love for the game.
1-1 poked out into right field. It's going down the line, and it's going foul. And out of play, giving chase was Richardson, the right fielder. Richardson made his first pitching appearance against the Copperheads in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Copperheads have the all-time record this season, 3-2 against the Steam. We're the only Southern Division team that the Copperheads took a series against before the GLSCL had interdivision play. As now a breaking ball hits the back of Daniel Cruz. He will lightly toss his bat towards the dugout and take a slow jog over towards first base. You wonder if the bat flip played any factor into yesterday's game. Kind of ignited a spark A spark that was there against the Cincinnati team last season in 2018. These two teams did not like each other last year, and now the rivalry has started to heat up again in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball, so, can't really assume there was an intent on that one. But, yeah, anytime you have an incident like that happen in a ball game, as Hurd takes that first pitch for a ball 1-0, but anytime you have an incident like that and you get hit the next day, you think a little bit of intent behind it. But just a breaking ball that I think got away from the pitcher out there. He already has 2 hit-by pitches in the inning, so.
There does not seem to be any intent as Jared Hurd is at the plate. Hurd takes a fastball low and inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Jared Hurd at IU Kokomo. But for Jared Hurd, batting .245, his bat, just like Ty Crittenberger's, has heated up over the last couple games. As now he swings, line drive out into right field. That gets down and all the way into the corner. Rounding third and heading for home is Ty Crittenberger. On second base is Jared Hurd. He goes in with a 3 RBI double. Bases clear as Daniel Cruz, Ty Crittenberger, and Tanner Glass all score. It's now 6-0 in favor of Southern Ohio.
And this is, again, the Copperheads just continuing to work magic with 2 outs. They scored 9 runs yesterday, plating a few more here in this inning with 2 outs, jumping on the steam early in this one. As you just mentioned, Hurd and Crittenberger have been really heating up at the bottom of the order. They've been a solid 1-2 punch down there as he just ropes that one all the way to the wall in right field, able to get 3 runs in. Good piece of 2-out hitting there by Hurd, and another big lead for the Copperheads early on against the Steam.
Well, that will draw the pitching coach, Mike Nastold, out to the mound as he talks to Cade Spikes. And again, it's the first inning. It's with 2 outs. The Copperheads continue to tack on runs. It's uncanny how they hit with 2 outs. They've scored 8 runs. They've scored 7 runs. It seems like they score the majority of their runs with 2 outs early on in the game.
Yeah, it's really been the story of this series so far. As obviously, we can't stress enough the hurt that the Copperheads have when it comes to pitching right now. As they've lost a few guys here over this past week, and Braxton Kelly is slated to make his first start of the season this year, and what better way than to give him a 6-run lead to work with, so he can just worry about throwing strikes and getting outs and getting it down. But I mean, we know this Copperheads team is good. Came into the series batting third overall in batting average.
6 runs in here in the top of the first inning as the first pitch from Cade Spikes. Back to Lucas DeSanti, who led things off in the game. He now has 2 at-bats in, the first inning, as we have yet to exit the top of the first and head to the bottom. But Lucas DeSanti walked his first time up, swung at the first pitch, 0-1. The pitch now is in and swung on and fouled off towards the right side, out of play. 0-2, Cade Spikes on top. Spike struck out Reese Trahey and got a sacrifice fly from Phil Glasser. Those are the only 2 outs recorded here on the top of the first inning. Since then, 6 runs have scored. On second base is Jared Hurd. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball misses high and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Obviously, now where Spikes wanted to throw that breaking ball, it stays up and inside. Easy take there for Nasanti. He's not going to chase a pitch like that. Too disciplined up there at the plate. That's why he's batting in the leadoff spot.
Jared Hurd, with his second double of the season, is now swinging a 5 ball over the press box and foul. But for Jared Hurd, 2 doubles on the season now, 15 RBIs. 1-2 the count with 2 outs.
Yeah, and Hurd's slowly climbing up the leaderboard on the team in RBIs. I believe with 15, that puts him at 3rd.
He's got a 2-game hitting streak currently. Cade Spikes from the stretch. 2 is a protection swing from Lucas DeSanti. He stays alive at the plate, 1-2.
Yeah, that's real nice how he was able to just drop the bat head, get a piece of that breaking ball to stay alive in the at-bat. You notice he's choked up a good portion up that bat. Now 1-2 in the count, try to get more control of it and just fight off any pitch you can.
Long hold from Spikes, checks back to second base, now to the plate. The 1-2 pitch is taken high for ball 2. It's an inning that will never end for Cade Spikes. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6 runs in for the Copperheads as they put up 6 against the Cincinnati Steam here in the top of the first. A 3-run double for Jared Hurd Bases cleared. He's on second as a 2-2 pitch to Lucas Nasanti misses outside. The throw down to second. Jared Hurd dives back, now heads towards third as the ball is in shallow center field. The throw is on line by the catcher Roundtree. It just was not being able to be handled by the shortstop Wardwell. Went all the way out into center field, and taking third is Jared Hurd, runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Copperheads with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, trying to catch Hurd napping over there, but he's all over it, dived right back in the bag. The throw gets away, so they would advance up to third. It's a good piece of base running there from Hurd. As another good at-bat here from Nasanti. He worked the full count his first time up and drew a walk, and now he's battling in this one.
Full count to Nasanti. He walked his first time up. This is his second at-bat here in the top of the first inning as the payoff pitch is fouled off towards the right, out of play, over near the batting cages here at Max McLeary Field. This field is also used by Western Hitball, a high school team here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Full count, 2 outs, top 1. The pitch to Nasanti is swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Roundtree, and the inning comes to a close. Braxton Kelly has a 6-run lead for his first start of the season. We head to bottom of the first with the Copperheads up 6-0, and the Cincinnati team coming to the plate for the first time today. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Bottom of the first inning, Southern Ohio Copperheads gave Braxton Kelly a huge lead, a 6-0 lead, as the Cincinnati team have yet to come to the plate, but will do so here today. Grant Richardson, Braden Runyon, and Griffin Merritt all due up for Braxton Kelly's first start of the season, as Kelly's pitch misses just a bit outside to Grant Richardson for a ball, 1-0. And before we get into Kelly's stats, we have to shout out his father, Ronnie Kelly, who's working out of state in Montana as a swinging a pop fly out into right field. Ty Krittenberger is eyeing it up, ranges under, makes a one-hand catch, and the first out is recorded here in the bottom of the first inning. But Braxton Kelly's father, Ronnie, working out of state in Montana. Ronnie's never missed a game on YouTube and gets a phone call from Braxton as soon as the game ends. Appreciate the support from Ronnie Kelly. Thanks for listening in, and it's been a joy to watch Braxton pitch here in the GLSCL for the Copperheads this season, and also for the Bobcats, as both Joey Medora and myself are Ohio University students. And it's been fun to watch Braxton pitch really all year long.
I mean, Braxton's a really funny guy as well. If you get to hang around and get an opportunity to talk to him, he's just an easygoing guy, laid back, fun guy to talk to. And it's been, as you mentioned, really fun to watch him pitch. One of the harder throwers on the roster for the Copperheads this summer.
For Braxton Kelly on the season, 2.53 ERA, as it's 1-2, the count to Braden Runyon, the third baseman of the Cincinnati Steam. 10 appearances, swung on and missed, strike 3. Braxton Kelly gets his first strikeout of the day. Now there are 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Well, that's what you want to do. When you get a 6-run lead in the top half of the first, you come back in and get the first 2 guys out, try to get back into the dugout. As Kelly gets his first strikeout, that's a starter this year. As we know, he has the strikeout stuff. As in 19 of 30, struck out 27 coming in the ball game, make that 28 on the season.
28 strikeout, like you said, Joey. Only 5 walks for Braxton Kelly, making his first start here against the Cincinnati Steam. Had 10 games of relief. 1-0 the count. Now a swing and a foul ball from Griffin Merritt. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
What's funny, he was talking about a story one time how the first 12 innings he hadn't walked a guy this season. Sebastian walked up and told him that, and he said he thinks he walked his first batter that night. So
can't jinx it.
Right.
1-1 count. The pitch from Kelly bounces on the plate and into the glove of Johnson, who blocks it behind the plate. 2 balls and a strike now. Well, for Braxton Kelly coming into the day with 4 saves, 19 and a third innings pitched. It's 20 now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. As the 2-1 pitch hits the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll quickly run through the defensive alignment for the Copperheads. Jared Hurd in left, Lucas Nasanti in center, Ty Krittenberger in right. The 2-2 pitch just a bit outside. Counters run full to Griffin Merritt. Infield, Daniel Cruz, third base, Phil Glasser at short, Reese Trahey at second, and Tanner Glass at first. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off towards the left side, down the line, and foul. Kelly on the mound, Johnson behind the plate.
And Kelly can locate his fastball low and away like he has been in this at-bat to Merritt. He's going to have success all day. That's a tough pitch to hit for any hitter.
The 3-2 pitch, little low, ball 4. It's the 6th walk allowed by Braxton Kelly on the season. The first walk allowed in today's game by Copperheads pitcher. And now with 2 outs is a runner on first for Cameron Roundtree.
The catcher, number 17, Cameron Roundtree.
Kelly's last outing came against the Cincinnati Steam in a 1-inning effort. Had 2 strikeouts. Perfect 1-2-3 inning. As now Cameron Roundtree, the catcher, stands in. Braxton Kelly, a fastball, misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. For Cameron Roundtree, batting .255 on the season, 14 hits and 55 at-bats, 9 runs. Fills up the categories in extra base hits, 1 in each. As the fastball hits the outside corner, evens up the count at 1 apiece. 9 RBIs, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts for Cameron Roundtree. 2 days ago against the Copperheads when the Steam picked up an 8-3 win. Roundtree went 2 for 4 in that game as he lines one out into center field. Running back is Lucas Nasanti back at the wall, and he makes the catch a couple feet in front of the warning track, rests himself above the fence, and the 3rd out is recorded here on the bottom of the first. At the end of 1, it's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 6, the Cincinnati Steam nothing as we head to the top of the 2nd inning. You're listening to the Southern Ohio Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Austin Dunphy must be pleased with the effort by the Bats and, of course, by Braxton Kelly. No runs allowed in the bottom of the first in his first start of the season, as he will have Reese Trahey, Sebastian Fabic, and Tanner Johnson all going to the plate here on the top of the second. 6 runs scored by the Copperheads in the top of the first. Half of those runs being scored with 2 outs, thanks to a bases clearing double by Jared Hurd. Hurd was stranded on third, but it will be Trahey, Sebastian Fabic, and Tanner Johnson for Cade Spikes. But it's actually a new pitcher out on the mound, a new lefty. As first pitch swinging is Reese Trahey. He bounces it right up the hole on the right side and in for a base hit. So just like that, Copperheads are back at it again here in the top of the second inning. It's Nick Burns, a Bobcat out on the mound, or out on the mound for the Cincinnati Steam. As Reese Trahey picks up his first hit of the day. He's the man over on first base here in the top of the second inning. Nobody out. Copperhead 6, Cincinnati Steam nothing. But only 1 inning. Sebastian Fabic grounds one over towards short. The throw to second in time. No relay throw as Eddie Rivero had to watch out for the sliding Reese Trahey. And now there's 1 out in the top of the second inning.
Well, it looked like the throw from Winwell to Rivera covering second had to actually almost pull him off the bag a little bit. He had to readjust his feet, and with that, he wasn't able to make the turn. Throw it back over to first. So how will they just get the lead guy out? But now this is the second straight day that a Steam pitcher hasn't even been able to get through 2 innings. So going to be very taxing on the bullpen.
For Nick Burns with 1 out here in the top of the second inning, pitching to Tanner Johnson with Sebastian Fabic on first. First pitch, Johnson held his swing, but it's called a strike anyway, 0-1. Nick Burns, a 4.61 ERA, no wins, 2 losses. 7th relief appearance on the season for Burns. 6'2", 195 pounds out of Ohio University. 14 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 14 hits allowed by Burns. 15 with a base hit from Reese Trahey. Second pitch misses outside to Tanner. Johnson was hit by a pitch his first time up, 1 of 2 who were hit by a pitch. It was Johnson and Daniel Cruz in top 1. Sebastian Fabic dances off of first. The swing at the plate by Johnson. He fouls it off towards the right side, over near the Cincinnati Steam dugout. Behind in the count, 1-2. Last time out for Burns was against the Richmond Jazz on July 3rd. It was a 9-8 victory for the Cincinnati Steam. They had a 5-game winning streak before the Copperheads snapped that yesterday with a 15-4. And now Sebastian Fabic running down to second base. The throw is not in time by the first baseman, Merritt. Nick Burns had a perfect pickoff to try Sebastian Fabic. Fabic took off for second, and Merritt just couldn't get the throw out of his glove in time, and Fabic steals second.
Yeah, well, a lot of times that happens. A guy on first base will just go on the first move that the lefty makes, whether it's pickoff or not. So that's what Fabic did. Just took off, and Merritt unable to get out of the glove, so he gets a stolen base.
Off-speed pitch to Tanner Johnson. Misses for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Johnson came around to score in the top of the first as the 2-2 pitch is coming in to hit him again. Hit by a pitch, second time on the day for Tanner Johnson. And now Johnson, who was not hit by a pitch before today, he's got 2 hit by pitches. Was one of the few Copperheads who has not been hit by a pitch at all this season, and unfortunately it's happened twice in today's ball game.
Well, you knew his time was coming with the amount of times that Copperheads have been hit by pitches so far this season as they lead the league in that category. But now Johnson, the latest victim, as he's been hit twice, just trying to catch up everybody else with that.
48 hit by pitches leads the GLSCL. Copperheads, a painful way to get on base, but they do it anyway.
Do it pretty well, too.
Nice on-base percentage for the team at .393. His first pitch swinging, and over the glove of Wardwell at shortstop was Tanner Glass. Rounding third and heading for home is Sebastian Fabic. He comes around to score. We'll see if that's a single or an error. It should be an error charged to Wardwell. Runners on first and second base here in the top of the second inning. 1 run in. Copperhead 7, Cincinnati Steam nothing.
I'm not sure that'll be charged in there. It was a pretty hard hit ball there off the bat of Tanner Glass. Tough backhanded play that would have had to have been made by Wardwell. We'll see what they go with.
And they did go with an error by the shortstop.
Wow, that's a tough one. That's a tough play. I mean, could have been made, but on the backhand, that's a hard hit ball from Glass. Still going to get the RBI for Fabic coming in. Now a 7-0 lead. So Copperheads just continue to add on runs.
1 out. And now hit by pitch. Phil Glasser gets nailed. And 4 hit by pitches on the day by Cincinnati Steam pitching. 2 by Cade Spikes, and now 2 here by Nick Burns. Burns has drilled Johnson, and he has drilled Glasser.
Yeah, and you start to think some tempers could get starting going in the Copperheads dugout. As of course, the couple things that happened in yesterday's game. Now 4 hit by pitches. Not saying any of them were intentional, but if you get hit by a pitch 4 times in 2 innings, you start to get a little restless out there in the batter's box.
Copperheads 7, the Cincinnati Steam nothing, as Ty Krittenberger comes to the plate. The bases are loaded here in the top of the second inning. Copperheads scored 6 in the top of the first. Corner infielders are in. Middle infield back to turn 2 as the first pitch misses for a ball to Ty Krittenberger. Krittenberger today walked in his first at-bat, came around to score, was the second walk allowed by Nick Burns, or by Cade Spikes. Spikes started the game, only lasted 1 inning. As a 1-0 pitch to Ty Krittenberger, he drills this one out into left field, ranging back and dancing a little bit is Silverstein, the left fielder. He makes the catch, but it's a sacrifice fly for Ty Krittenberger. In comes to score Tanner Johnson, and now the Copperheads extend their lead again. It's now 8-0 in favor of Southern Ohio.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of hitting there from Krittenberg. You line that one hard out into left field, unable to find a hole, as it was kind of right at the left fielder Silverstein, but it's still deep enough to get Tanner Johnson in from third. And an 8-0 lead, reminiscent of what we saw yesterday. It was 9-0 after 2 innings.
Daniel Cruz now at the plate. First pitch to Cruz, misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Tanner Glass reached base with an error charge to the shortstop Wardwell. Was for an RBI. 3 RBIs on the day for Tanner Glass. He stands on second, and on first is Phil Glasser with a hit by pitch as the fastball misses maybe just a bit inside on Daniel Cruz. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, a couple of good takes there by Daniel Cruz as first pitch just off the plate. First one, or the second pitch inside. Now up in the count 2-0, trying to get a pitching and drive here.
2-0 pitch, ground ball over towards the shortstop Wardwell. He fields this one cleanly and underhand tosses it to Rivero at second base to retire the side, but not before the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Plate 2 in the top of the second. They extend their lead to 8-0. Cincinnati Steam coming to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
From Max McLeary Field in Cincinnati, Ohio, today's game has progressed into the bottom of the second inning. It's taken a while for us to get here. 6 runs in the top half of the first and 2 in the top of the second. As first pitch swing is Jake Silverstein, a ground ball over towards third. Daniel Cruz fields it on the run, but that draws the leg off of first base by Tanner Glass. It will be an error charge to probably Daniel Cruz at third, even though Tanner Glass had to reach for it. And when he reached the bag, the foot came off. Silverstein gets the base.
Yeah, didn't have to leave his feet at all. Just kind of pulled himself off a little bit, trying to stretch out on the throw as Silverstein was moving pretty good up the line. Cruz made a strong throw, just a little bit high.
So it will be charged as a single. No error charge to Daniel Cruz, a infield single for Jake Silverstein, and Tyler Wardwell now at the plate. Wardwell, the shortstop for the Cincinnati Steam, had one error that allowed a couple runs to score in the top of the second. Wardwell batting .300, 18 hits and 60 at-bats, has 6 RBIs. There's 1-1 pitch is swung on by Braxton Kelly and fouled off towards the left side. Kelly the pitcher, Wardwell the batter. Wardwell went 1 for 4 yesterday's game, had 1 run scored and also struck out. On the season, Wardwell, 4 extra base hits, all for doubles. Has walked 12 times and struck out 7 as he swings through the fastball offering from Braxton Kelly. Strike 3, second strikeout on the day by Kelly, and now there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, gets him to chase it up high. Nice pitch there from Kelly up in the count 1-2. As he throws it up around the eyes. The eyes light up for the hitter. It's tough to lay off that high fastball, but he swings right through it. Kelly gets the strikeout.
The University of Central Florida, Ben McCabe stands in from the right side. He's first pitch swinging at Braxton Kelly's fastball. 0-1. McCabe on the season batting .292, has 19 hits and 65 at-bats, 12 runs, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, 4 walks, and 18 strikeouts. As the 0-1 pitch is in right down the middle for a call and strike. Kelly ahead on the count of McCabe. No balls and 2 strikes. Copperheads 8, Cincinnati Steam nothing. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Kelly, just wonder how long the leash is for him in this outing, as we haven't seen him pitch more than 3 innings, I believe, on the season so far. So obviously, as a starter, you're expected to go a little deeper in the ballgame. Of course, I do know that he has thrown up towards 60 pitches in a couple starts or a couple outings this year.
The 0-2 pitch is just a bit outside. And for a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner on first base here in the bottom of the second inning. Copperheads in yesterday's game scored the majority of the runs in innings 2 through 4. As the fastball misses outside, evens up the count at 2-2. 9 runs in the top of the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Copperheads en route to a 15-4 victory in yesterday's game. Snapped a 5-game winning streak for the Cincinnati Steam. Is now a line drive out into right field. Ranging back and leaping to make the catch is Ty Krittenberger. We've been praising the defense in the outfield all season long for the Copperheads. It comes through again here today. Krittenberger leaping, makes the catch, second out, bottom 2.
Yeah, that was a hot shot off McCabe's bat, and Krittenberger not sure whether he had to back up at first or not. It looked like he might have had it lined up at the last second. Leaps up, makes a nice catch on the backhand out there in right field for a big second out of the inning as Kelly just trying to work fast through this lineup, have an 8-0 lead. So all you want to worry about is throwing strikes and just continue to get guys get those bats back going that are sizzling hot right now for the Copperheads.
Ethan Stringer from the University of Louisville fouls one straight back and puts a strike on the board. 6'1", 205 pounds from Covington, Kentucky. 8 hits and 20 at-bats, batting .400. A late acquisition for the Cincinnati Steam. 0 on the count. The pitch from Braxton Kelly swung on and fouled straight down and caromed off the home plate umpire Joe Kimbrew. Kimbrew bends over to pick it up. No balls and 2 strikes. Kelly has come in and pounded in strikes. He can relax a little with an 8-0 lead. Copperheads bats have been hot to start today's game. 0-2 count, 2 outs, bottom 2. The pitch swung on and fouled back and out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Stringer 2 doubles on the season, has 8 RBIs. Only walked once and struck out 3 times. Batting average has never dipped below .375. 0-2 count. Braxton Kelly's pitch is swung on, a slow roller up the third base line, but a caroms foul. It hit the lip of the grass and took a left turn. A favorable bounce for Daniel Cruz and the Copperheads, as now coming back to the plate will be Ethan Stringer.
Yeah, that definitely would have been another infield single. That ball doesn't bounce foul. As Cruz, no way he would have been able to charge that ball and throw out Stringer at first base because he was moving pretty good out of the box. So a lucky bounce there for the Copperheads. Count remains at 0-2. So Kelly will try to bring this one back in the zone again.
In yesterday's game against the Copperheads, Ethan Stringer went 2 for 4, had a double, a run, and an RBI. No runs yet for the Cincinnati Steam. As the 0-2 pitch is a bouncing ball right back to the pitcher, Kelly. He overhand throws to Tanner Glass, the first baseman, and the side is retired at the end of 2. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 8, the Cincinnati Steam nothing, as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. You're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
To show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Braxton Kelly gave up a leadoff single to Jake Silverstein, then sat down the next 3 batters for the Cincinnati Steam as the Copperheads hold an 8-0 lead over the Cincinnati Steam here in today's game in Cincinnati, Ohio at Max McLeary Field. For the Copperheads, 9 then top, Jared Hurd had a bases-clearing RBI double. 3 RBIs on the day for Hurd as the first pitch from Nick Burns is taken for a called strike, 0-1. But Jared Hurd poked one down the right field line and cleared the bases for the Copperheads. Big part of the 6-run top of the first as Jared Hurd was plunked. The 5th batter hit by pitch. And again, the Southern Ohio Copperheads continue their hit-by-pitch streak. Seems like every single game someone's getting hit.
Well, I think yesterday they didn't actually have any for like the first time in a while, but they're making up in today's game. They already got 5 through the first 3 innings.
Checking the book from yesterday, and I believe you're right. Nobody was hit by a pitch, but making up for it today. 5, count them, 5 hit by pitches. 2 of them from the starter, Cade Spikes, 3 from Nick Burns. First pitch was bunted foul by number 1 batter Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti 5 for 6 in yesterday's game. Does not have a hit yet as he swings and fouls one off towards the right side. No balls and 2 strikes. Hurt on first base with the hit by pitch. Nasanti at the plate. 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. Was a final out in the top of the first inning. Did not bat in the second. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on, a half-hearted swing down the line and right. Ranging over is the right fielder Richardson, but he's unable to make the catch, and Nasanti stays alive at the plate, 0-2.
You had that backdoor slider coming in from the lefty, breaking in towards the righty, so he just stuck the bat head out and poked it foul, able to stay alive in the at-bat.
So 0-2 the count with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Copperheads with an 8-0 lead against the Cincinnati Steam. 2.5 games back from the lead in the Southern Division. It's been quite remarkable for the Copperheads as now a swinging a ball right back to the pitcher Burns. He throws it to shortstop. Wardwell turns it over to first in time. It's a 1-6-3 double play by Lucas Nasanti. And now there are quickly 2 outs here in the top of the third inning with Reese Trahey coming to the plate.
Yeah, it's a nice turn there as Burns, the ball bounced right to him. Quick turn. Didn't know who exactly was going to cover the bag at first. At first it was Rivero and Wardwell both standing there, but Wardwell takes it, makes a strong throw to first just to get Nasanti in time to retire too, as that erases that leadoff hit by pitch.
2 outs now. Trahey at the plate. 1 for 2 as a breaking ball from Nick Burns is in for a called strike, 0-1. Now Burns is pitching against one of his Bobcat teammates, Sebastian Fabic, in the lineup. As the fastball misses outside from Burns. 1 ball and 1 strike. Burns gave up a fielder's choice to Fabic in his second inning of work so far for Nick Burns. 2 outs here on the top of the third. The 1-1 pitch to Reese Trahey. He goes the opposite way past the diving glove of Runyon and into left field for a base hit. Reese Trahey continues to hit this season. 2 for 3 on the day. And now bring up the Bobcat, Sebastian Fabic.
Yeah, nice job taking that outside pitch from the lefty. Burns just takes it the other way as Runyon had a chance, made a diving effort out there, just gets underneath his glove out into left field. And Trahey, ever since he become an everyday fixture in the lineup, about midway through June, he's really had a nice season for the Copperheads so far. Very versatile, plays infield and outfield, and the bat's been coming around as of late.
4-game hitting streak for Trahey is now a high bounce over the glove of the shortstop Wardwell. Wardwell charged in, tried to make the play. It was a hard-hit ground ball from Sebastian Fabic. The ball went over the glove of the shortstop Wardwell, hit a lip right in front of second base, and went out into center field. A base hit for Sebastian Fabic. 2 for 3 on the day.
Yeah, it's a tough hop as that ball was smoked by Fabic on the ground and just hopped up on the lip right there. As you mentioned, out in front of short, gets all the way over his head into center field. As we've seen the Copperheads do this several times this season with 2 away. They just start stringing the base hits together and putting more and more runs on the board.
Line drive right out into left field, but ranging under it is Silverstein. He makes a catch and the side is retired. Copperheads threatened with 2 outs, but for the first time this inning, they do not score a run. It's a Copperheads 8, the Cincinnati Steam nothing, as we head to the home half of the third. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, is there.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Nine then top for the Cincinnati Steam here in today's game, where the Copperheads have an 8-0 lead over the Steam. 6 runs in the top of the first, 2 runs in the top of the second. Large part of that was Jared Hurd's bases clearing double, as the first pitch is in for a called strike to Eddie Rivero, 0-1. Braxton Kelly on for his third inning of work. Should he get 3 outs, that would match his season high. He did it twice against the Steam earlier on in the season. First series as a swing and a miss brings the count to 1-1 strike. And then against the Xenia Scouts, Kelly went 3. 1-2 count, nobody out. Bottom of the third as the pitch is swung on and fouled straight back at the netting. Count remains at 1-2 strikes.
Yeah, and Kelly been attacking the batter so far through the first 2 innings, was what you have to do when you have an 8-run lead. Can't worry about, kind of dancing around guys.
Fastball misses high and inside for a ball.
But, just throw strikes, let them put it in play, or get the swings and misses.
The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 strikeouts on the day for Braxton Kelly, 1 in each inning, and now 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Yep, just challenge fastball there, 2-2 up in the zone. Just coming right at Rivero with 2 strikes. Challenging him with the fastball, gets him tick behind it, gets a strikeout.
Braxton Kelly from the windup, he deals the first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Braxton Kelly against Grant Richardson today, as Richardson fouls one off towards the left side and off the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. But for Grant Richardson, 0-1 today with the fly out to right field. 0-2 the count. The pitch from Kelly swung on and missed, strike 3. In the glove by Tanner Johnson. Grant Richardson thought he might have dropped it, took a couple steps towards first, but then veered right into the dugout. And now there are 2 outs here on the bottom of the third with the Copperheads up 8-0.
That was a filthy 0-2 breaking ball. Just bottomed out, dropped out of the zone, started at the knees. Got him to chase. Nice pick from the catcher Johnson for the strikeout.
First pitch is in for a called strike to Braden Runyon. Runyon was a strikeout victim of Kelly's in the bottom of the first. As the 0-1 pitch misses high and inside. 1 ball and a strike. 4 strikeouts on the day for Braxton Kelly. As now the 1-1 pitch misses just a bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. For Kelly, the most strikeouts in an outing was 5 against the Galleon Graders as a 2-1 ground ball right back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Lucas DeSanti fields it in center and on first base with the single. The second hit of the day for the Cincinnati Steam is Brandon Runyon.
Yeah, Runyon's a good hitter in there, up there in the boxes with 2 strikes, trying to protect. Got that pitch on the outside part of the plate and just sent it right back where it came from, up the middle, hard hit.
With the hit, Griffin Merritt now at the plate. Merritt was walked his first time up as he's first pitch swinging and fouls it off towards the right side, out of play and over the grandstands. So Merritt walked. The first and only walk allowed by Braxton Kelly. Kelly has not allowed a base runner to reach second base today, as now a line drive right back up the middle. And just like that, a runner has reached second. Brandon Runyon on second base and Griffin Merritt at first with the single. It's back-to-back singles off of Braxton Kelly with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning.
That's no hurt there for Kelly. Obviously don't want to allow the base runners, but you still got 2 away. And you got an 8-run lead to work with. Singles aren't what's going to be what hurts you in this game. It's when you start giving up the long balls and, they start to slowly chip away at the lead. That's when you run into issues. But you just got back-to-back singles. Just go in and attack the next guy.
Kelly with runners on first and second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third has a comfortable lead, 8-0, as the first pitch to the 4-batter, Cameron Roundtree, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. For Roundtree, flew out to center field, gave it a ride in the bottom of the first. As now the 1-0 pitch from Kelly is swung on, ground ball over to Daniel Cruz. He goes the easy way to second base for the force out, and the side is retired. Braxton Kelly through 3 scoreless here in Cincinnati as the Southern Ohio Copperheads have a 8-0 lead. We'll throw to Joey Medora for the play-by-play duties. 4, 5, and 6. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands.